Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. You are welcome in this video. In this video, I will talk about one of the very important topics in accounting and finance, named ratio analysis. Viewers, in this video, I will cover what are ratios and what is the importance of ratio analysis for the company when it comes to compare company's performance with the other companies and comparing company's performance with any given industry benchmark. Also, I will cover the trend analysis which companies can use to monitor their past performance and then they can set their direction for the future. In this video, out of 6 different categories of ratios, I will start with the liquidity ratios, and under that category I will talk about 3 different ratios in the later part of my video, followed by one example. So let's start with ratio analysis. Viewers, when we talk about financial ratio or accounting ratio, it is a relative magnitude of two selected numerical values taken from an enterprise's financial statements. Often used in accounting, there are many standard ratios used to try to evaluate the overall financial condition of a corporation or other organizations. Financial ratios may be used by managers within a firm, by current and potential shareholders of a firm, and by a firm's creditors. Financial analysts also use financial ratios to compare the strength and weaknesses in various companies. If shares in a company are traded in a financial market, the market price of a share is used in certain financial ratios. So as you can see over here, that doing ratio analysis, we do either we compare it with the ratios of other companies, or we do ratio analysis at different times, meaning we will be looking at the trend so that we could see the increase and decrease over the period of time, and using this trend we can set the direction of a company in that particular aspect. So viewers, when we talk about comparison, as I've already discussed, that it is one of the uses of ratio analysis, meaning it is to compare a company's financial performance to similar firms in the industry to understand the company's position in the market. And obtaining financial ratios from known competitors and comparing it to the company's ratios can help management identify market gaps and examine its competitive advantages, strengths, and weaknesses. Viewers, using ratio analysis, when we talk about comparison, the management can then use the information to formulate decisions that aim to improve the company's position in the market. When it comes to trend line, as I said earlier, that companies can also use ratios to see if there is a trend in financial performance. So established companies collect data from the financial statements over a larger number of reporting periods so that they will be able to see clearly the pattern or the trend in their previous historical data. Viewers, when we talk about the operational efficiency of the ratios, so at the same time it helps the management of a company to use financial ratio analysis to determine the degree of efficiency in the management of assets and liabilities. So as you can see that companies, they own different assets and they are always very keen to make efficient use of their assets. For example, if they are having motor vehicles, land, building, and if these assets results in unnecessary expenses, that ought to be eliminated, then company will have to take decision. But before that, they will apply ratio analysis to check the problems in the potential area. So viewers, let's start with the brief discussion about different categories of ratios. As I have discussed at the start of this video, that out of 6 total categories, I will explain all the categories one by one in separate videos. So in this video, I will talk about initially the liquidity ratios. Though the total 6 categories of ratio analysis, we have number 1 liquidity ratios, solvency ratios, profitability ratios, efficiency ratios, coverage ratios, and market prospect ratios. So let's start with the first category named liquidity ratios. Viewers, when we talk about liquidity ratios, it refers to, it is basically a measure of company's ability to meet its debt obligations using its current assets. We all know that we have current assets that company is managing and also the current liabilities. So using different sets of current assets and current liabilities, we need to calculate different ratios that comes under liquidity category. So we will see in the next slide. So what are those ratios I am talking about? The first is we have quick ratio, cash ratio, and the current ratio. So when it comes to calculation, the first ratio normally we look at is the current ratio, the second is a quick ratio, and third is a cash ratio. So liquidity ratios are very important. They are used by banks, creditors, and suppliers to determine if a client has the ability to honor their financial obligations as they come due. Viewers, when we talk about current ratio, so we have a very simple formula that current ratio is equals to current assets and current liabilities. So example of current ratio formula, you can have a look at it, that we have different current assets, namely cash, marketable securities, and inventory. And also I have listed some current liabilities that include short-term debt and accounts payable. So first we need to calculate total current assets and then we need to calculate total current liabilities. So in this example, we have total current assets 60 million and total current liabilities 30 million. We will put these values into the current ratio formula, and here you can see that after putting these values into the current ratio formula, we got this current ratio 2. Now, how to interpret this reading? So the example that I have quoted, so in this example, the business currently has a current ratio of 2. It means that it can easily settle each dollar on loan or account payable twice, meaning for each $1 of current liability, the business is having $2 of current asset to pay its current liabilities. So a rate of more than 1 suggests financial well-being for the company. There is no upper end on what is too much, as it can be very dependent on the industry. However, a very high current ratio may indicate that a company is leaving excess cash unused rather than investing in growing its business. Viewers, when we talk about quick ratio is a bit conservative approach. In a quick ratio, we remove inventory and prepaid expenses. We exclude all those current assets about which we feel that we may feel difficult to liquidate those assets. So being prudent, being conservative, we check that if we remove the inventory or if we remove the prepaid assets, so how does it affect the liquidity of a company? So here you can see that there is another example, like we have a cash $10 million, marketable securities 20 million, account receivables 25 million, accounts payable 10 million. So in this data there is no inventory or there is no prepaid expense. Viewers, when we calculate excluding inventory and prepaid expense, or in general normally if we remove inventory itself, so we will get the more conservative figure. So if it comes like um, at least one, meaning that for each dollar of current liability, if the company is having the $1 to pay, so that is the bare minimum level of a current ratio. But here in this example we have this ratio 5.5. Now we can go more conservative. We can look at the cash ratio, and the cash ratio, you can see that cash ratio we just check that how much actual cash or cash equivalents the company is having to pay its current obligations. So just have a look at the formula here, that cash ratio is cash and cash equivalents divided by current liabilities, meaning we are just considering only the hot cash and those instruments which can be easily converted into cash. So you can see, viewers, when we apply this formula, I have given one example that the company is having cash and cash equivalents, cash 10,000, cash equivalent 20,000, and account receivable uh, $5,000. I'm not using it. Inventory, I'm not considering it. Property and equipment, I'm not considering it. Rather, I will be using the current liabilities, that is accounts payable 12,000 and short-term debt 10,000. And we have calculated over here that for each dollar of current liability, the company is having $1.36 cash, uh, cash or cash equivalents with it. So in this way, the figure above indicate that the company possesses enough cash and cash equivalent to pay off its current liabilities by its cash and cash equivalents 1.36. So they are having 1.36 times cash and cash equivalent as compared to the current liabilities, or we can say it can pay off 136% of its current liabilities. Uh, Company A is highly liquid in this regard and can easily fund its debts. Viewers, here I'm concluding the discussion, but now I'm moving towards one example. Here I have kept some financial information of a company mentioning the closing inventory, you can see over here, and cash in hand, you can see it over here, and bill payable, overdraft, trade receivable, and bank loans. So you can see over here that these rows, the one I am highlighting with a different color, these are basically current assets. So uh, these are the current, let me change the color, these are the current assets, and the rows which I have not highlighted, these are current liabilities. So down there I have calculated all the ratios, current assets divided by current liability. This ratio is a current ratio. Quick ratio, I have calculated current asset minus closing stock, and cash ratio I have calculated, and these are the numbers. As I said that we can check our performance of a particular year with other industry benchmark or any other industry ratio by computing the ratio of our own firm, and then we can check it with the leading industry or leading company in that particular sector. So this is quite easy. I'll show in my other videos one example where I'll show you that how we can compare our own ratios with that of industry average or with that of any leading company in that particular sector. So here you can see that we are having all these values, so we can put them in the form of a graph also. So you can see to check the trend, so you can click on insert and you click over here, and then you can click on any line graph. So this you can see I've connected all the dots, and it is showing a pattern that this particular current ratio, before it was declining, then it starts moving up, and then it is declining, and then again it is moving. But if you draw a straight line from the first point to the last point, so overall basis it is declining. So the company, they can look over the on this trend, and then they can plan that how they can improve their current ratio. So this way companies uh, can use the trends in their ratios to plan for their future. So I have given one example regarding current ratio, and the rest quick ratio and cash ratio. If you do all these calculations by yourself, then you will be able to understand. So my main objective was to give you a general idea. So viewers, thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to this channel, you are requested to click subscribe button and also hit the bell icon, so that you will get the intimation of all my coming videos. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Also, uh, you can suggest anything, any sort of improvement that will allow me to make my future videos better for the viewers. So stay blessed. Thank you very much. See you until next video.